Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Perry.
And I'm David Zen.
And Dave, what are we?
Unscripted.
Again. Wow, what a week, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
It's going to be very busy coming up.
Yep. So exciting. So how's it looking for the bonfire tonight? You have a backup plan?
We have a backup plan. We dry, and we have a backup plan that includes a fire.
Ooh. You know, I think that's just going to be so amazing between the two parishes, between St. Paul's and St. George's. And then, of course, on October 2nd, we have the parish-wide bonfire, right? All these notices are in sword points. Yes. And that's for everybody. We're going to have s'mores and bring a dessert or appetizer and a chair. It's really going to be fun. And, you know, I was thinking about bonfires, you know, and I didn't have too many jokes for this week, so I actually had to see if Grady would help me, right?
We're in trouble.
Yeah, so he came up with a couple of these, so I'm just going to try them out on you guys. You guys, to our listening audience, A, I apologize ahead of time. B, let me know if you like these because they're cute. So, hey, Dave.
Yes, Mary.
What do you call a duck who likes watching fireworks?
I got to put myself into Grady's mind here.
A firecracker. Cute.
I almost said that.
Did you? Well,
Good job, Grady.
Should I try this one? Sure. So I did start off by saying these were in Bonfire, but they're actually fireworks.
Okay.
What do you get when you cross a dinosaur with fireworks? He loves dinosaurs. What do you get when you cross a dinosaur with fireworks? Come on. Dino. Mike. Dino. Mike. Dinosaur. Fireworks. Dynamite. I came out strong thinking it was going to be a good start to the show, and clearly I was mistaken.
Well,
I'll be in the green room for the remainder of the show.
Well, you know, we are heading into fall here.
Yep. Yes.
That's why we're doing these outdoor bonfire type events, I guess.
Yep. So
the question is, what will fall first? What will fall first on your lawn? A leaf from a tree or a Christmas catalog?
Oh, boom. Good one. This is a slow news day, folks. It really is. Okay, go ahead. What else you got?
Well, for all those people that think it grows on trees, and I know some of them, this would have to be your favorite season.
Why, Dave?
Well, what happens to things that are on trees at this time of year?
They fall.
Yes. So if money grows on trees,
it falls down. And you can just pick it up.
Falling down all around.
Oh,
even I would be willing to rake.
Even you would rake if it meant picking up all those dollar bills. Oh my gosh. Anyway, what else we have in real news?
Well, let's get back to the schedule here.
Okay, let's do that.
So the schedule. So tonight we have the Fire and Soul with Father Joe in the meadow.
Yep.
And it's been predicting rain for 3 days, and we've gone through 2 days without the rain. So who knows? We may be okay tonight, or we may not, but we do have a backup plan.
Good.
It will be dry.
Good.
It does include a fire.
Some type. That is quite a brain teaser.
Yes.
I wonder what that could be.
So if you think of like your Christmas digital Yule log, you might be
the TV Yule log?
Well, it won't be a Yule log, you know, maybe a TV bonfire, but
She is.
We'll have the atmosphere going.
You will have the atmosphere. Turn the lights down. Nice.
So this Sunday, plowing ahead here,
Yep.
we do have our adult forum at 9:30, illuminating the scriptures.
Yep.
They're in their second week.
Yep. Looked like it was well attended last Sunday.
That's great.
Yep.
And then Sunday school at 10:15.
Yep. Come on back, families. Come on, attend.
And at 10:30, we will have 3 baptisms as part of the service.
Wow. I love baptisms. I love baptisms.
Yep.
I just love them. They're just so pure. They're so beautiful. Oh, that's so exciting. That's so exciting. And again, what would be the headline on those? Here we grow again, right? That's always a popular headline.
And then next week we have another 35,000 Bible studies or so going on.
There's
Bible study for everyone almost every day. So if you can't find a Bible study that fits your needs, give us a call and
we'll make it
for you.
We'll make it happen. We'll help you get into it for sure. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. It really is.
And then just jumping ahead to the following weekend, that's when we have the on Saturday, October 2nd in the morning, we have the memorial service for Brendan Miller at 11.
Yeah.
Later that afternoon, we have the faithful homecoming bonfire picnic in the
and there is a rain date for that. If it does happen to rain, we'll do it the next day. Time will be a little bit different, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. And Dave, we do have sign-ups. We're going to have sign-ups in the back of the church. And also they can just let us know at the parish office. They'll let you or me know, and we'll get them all signed up just so we have a head count for s'mores.
Or you can just show up.
You can totally always just show up. Yeah.
Walk-ins are totally okay.
Totally okay. This is an open invitation to everybody. Bring your own s'more stick. I think we're actually going to have some.
S'mores, okay. That sounds good.
Yeah. They're tasty. They're tasty. So what's it looking like for the readings and the sermon? I mean, like last week. Come on. Come on.
I was waiting for you to jump up and run back and give me
I almost did. Hit the nail on the head. Wow. Your audience must have been cheering you on for sure. Go Dave, go Dave.
So maybe we'll have to, just to cover ourselves, maybe we'll go with Greatness 3.0 just in case.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Oh my gosh. What are the readings about this week?
Well, the first reading, the Old Testament reading, is from Esther. And I hadn't read this story before. Sorry to say, but I started reading this and I'm like, look out. Someone is, this is a spoiler alert one. Someone's going to die. Because we have Queen Esther and King Ahasuerus. We'll say. And he offers Queen Esther up to half of his kingdom. So it's, look out. There's not going to be a happy ending.
I love the story of Esther. I really do.
And I'll leave that right there.
Leave that right there. She's so powerful. I mean, just in a humble, beautiful, fulfilling her purpose kind of way. Yeah, so good. So good. All right, what else we got?
So if we had to put a title on that, it would just be Beware, or Choose Carefully.
Choose carefully. All that good. No, that's not right.
So let's go ahead to the gospel. This is the one of these things that kind of drive me crazy, because gospel in Mark this week, Mark 9:38 through 50, is only 3 paragraphs long. But each paragraph is like a different sermon. The first paragraph, the disciples come to Jesus and say they saw someone casting out demons in his name. And he goes on to say, don't worry about them because if they're for us, they're not against us, basically.
Yep.
And then whoever gives a cup of water will by no means lose their reward. So that's a possibility.
Yep.
Paragraph is about putting stumbling blocks in front of the little ones. And I mean, we think of stumbling blocks as big stones they might trip over.
Right.
Stumbling blocks could be like just scattering a bunch of Legos on the ground.
Right.
Someone walking around with bare feet.
Right.
But it would be better for you if you had a great millstone hung around your neck. Would be better.
I mean, like,
So,
what part of that do you not understand? Right? That is, wow.
I guess, how about consider your options?
Yeah.
Could be a title there.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And then the third one is like, well, it's actually 3 sentences. For everyone will be salted with fire. Salt is good, but if salt has lost its saltiness, season it. Have salt in yourself. Be peace with one another. So we might have to put, I have no idea what all that means.
Yeah.
I'm feeling Joe will try to explain it to us.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
And I have a feeling we could almost say, warning, because this sermon contains salty language.
Oh, that's a bold title. Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
So let's go with Joe always talks about discipleship. So let's go salty discipleship or something.
Discipleship. Okay. Yep. All right.
So those are going to be my 3 guesses.
Okay. Those are really good. But look at all, just in any given Sunday, all the different ways that God can speak to us and all the different ways he could use Joe to also, speak all this during the sermon. Amazing. Amazing. So how's our big down in Florida? Hi, guys.
Hello, Florida. Florida's doing all right.
Good.
Texas apparently is doing all right. All our fans in Connecticut are doing all right.
Excellent. Excellent.
I got an interesting text message from one of our fans.
Did you? What did it say, Dave?
Well, it was talking about how this person they just kind of skimmed through some of the unscripted, which is fine. They just look at bits and pieces of it. But they actually sat down and watched the whole show. And they sent me a text message. They said, you know what? Unscripted is really funny. I'm like, this is great. And then I read the name, who it was from. Mary Perry. You don't even watch your own show.
I hadn't watched it. I'm like, I lived through it once. I didn't go back and watch it again. But then when I did, I was like, oh, this comes out pretty good.
So this is a big revelation, huh?
It was. It was a big revelation. I since tried to up my game and it's just gone downhill. So I have to go back to not watching. I just really was skimming it just to make sure all the disclaimers that this joke was not approved by Mary go across the bottom. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. See, this is the kind of reporting that we do on this show, right? Like honest, right? We share it all. We actually have nothing to hide. Oh gosh, yeah, that's a true story. Keep those cards and letters coming, guys.
So I want to give out a little shout out here to our saint of the day. If you go through the church calendar, almost every day, some of them are pretty obscure. They've all done some pretty amazing things. But today's saint really kind of caught my attention. This is about Thecla of Iconium.
Oh.
Thecla was a friend of St. Paul. Knew him, and actually there's an apocryphal book to the Bible. I don't even know if it's in the Apocrypha, but it was a book that was written about Paul and this Thecla. that was at least considered for the Bible. And there's a link in the story. So it's always fun to read these things because we always wonder, why did something get in the Bible and why didn't it? And the ones that I've looked at, it's pretty apparent why they didn't make the Bible. Writing style or choppiness, or just, you can tell the message is just not 100% there. But there's always interesting stuff. So the story of Thecla, that she was from a pretty well-to-do family. She listened to Paul's discourse on virginity, and she decided she was going to just fear one God and live in chastity, which got her in trouble with her mother. And they started persecuting her. She was actually sentenced to burn at the stake. So when they went to burn her at the stake, they started the fire, and along came a thunderstorm and put the fire out. So she was saved by the storm. And apparently, if you get saved by the weather, or you didn't get burned, so she goes off with Paul, and they're traveling, and some other nobleman comes along. He decides he wants her, whatever. And she fights him off, and she gets accused of assaulting a nobleman. So she gets put on trial and convicted for assaulting this guy. And so her sentence is, they're going to put her, this is kind of like the Roman Colosseum where they put her in with a bunch of wild beasts. Well, while the first animal that comes to attack her is a bear, but there were some lions in there, and one of the lions attacks the bear and totally kills it and destroys it. So now one of the male lions comes along, and the female lion fights it, and they both end up dying, but the other animals just totally leave her alone.
Wow.
And she goes on to be, and there were some other events that happened. I'll just relay these two. But she ends up gaining this massive, like, cult-like following. And she's one of the early women figures in the church, and she knew Paul. So I mean, it's a really fascinating story, and it's worth reading.
Wow.
Checking out some of the links.
Yeah, that's amazing. Is that real? I mean, no. I mean, like, is there?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a made-up thing. I mean, who knows how stories may have changed a little over time.
Yeah.
I don't think they changed that much. So.
No, but there's a message there for sure. You know, that's interesting. Fascinating. That's good. Thanks for relaying that. And I didn't mean, is it real? I mean, like, I just was like, to be honest with you, I was waiting for a punchline.
No, there's no punchline to it.
My little face was so intently listening. I'm like, wait a minute. What if this is a trick over here? Well, that's good. That's good. What are you up to? You got something up your sleeve. I know you do.
Well, I'll tell you a story at the end of the show.
But I think that's absolutely fascinating. Thank you for relaying that story. And what was her name again?
Thecla. Hecla.
Wow. And hey, if any of our audience has any other information or insight into this, let us know. We'd love to, engage in that conversation. Thank you.
So let's see, what else is in Sword Point? There's a great little video in there near the last page that won an Oscar. It's about a deaf girl and the family, and they hire someone to take care of her, and this person teaches her sign language.
Yeah.
But it's worth watching the video.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. You really have this really fascinating, like, it's really worthwhile reading it cover to cover, because all sprinkled through there are some articles and facts and things that you can learn. It's a great teaching opportunity too, besides just the calendar and
the cartoons.
And the cartoons. Yes, the calendar and the cartoons. I did love your cover. I loved Joe's letter about, testimonies this Sunday. We can't forget that.
Healing Sunday is back. So we will have, definitely at 8 o'clock, we'll have the handheld.
Yep.
We may have to speed things up a little at 10:30. We have 3 baptisms, but
Yep.
we will be all done. We've had baptisms on Healing Sunday before, so
Yep.
it's always a good time, and I'm sure a lot of people have a lot to share.
And we just, it is another invitation out to everybody. Just one thing that's always on my heart, sometimes when we hear testimonies, we're like, oh, we'll see, it all worked out great for them, but I'm in the middle of it and it's not working out so great for me. And that's not it. Share your testimonies right where you are, right where God's working every single day in your life, which he does. You don't wait for however long it'll take for that one trial to be over. You encourage others just each step of the way. So I love testimonies. So grateful that that's coming back this Sunday. So yeah, pray it up, pray it up. Excellent. All right. That's all I have.
So do you want a little closeout story here?
Sure.
Okay. So this will be a fall story.
Okay.
Because it's fall. So a Native American man was successful, lived in the big city all his life, and his father was the chief of the local tribe where he came from, and finally his father dies. So he goes home for the funeral. Everyone's happy to see him, and they nominate him to become the next chief because he was so successful and because his father was such a great leader, and he accepts. So all of a sudden autumn comes along and they come to him and they ask him if it's going to be a cold winter. He has no idea because he's lived in the city all his life. He never really worried about these.
Nope.
And he doesn't know about the local tribe's traditions. So on the safe side, he says, you better start gathering some wood. So they do. Later that week, he decides to call the weather service and ask them what the forecast is for the winter. They say, apparently it's going to be pretty cold this year. So he comes back, he tells his people, you better go out and get some more wood. I think it's going to be a really cold winter this year. Next week, he calls the weather service again. And he asks if there are any forecasts any updates on the forecast. They go, yep, we think it's going to be colder than we thought before. So the chief again tells his tribe, this is the 3rd time now, he's like, go out and make sure you gather 3 times the wood that you normally would. So just to be safe, he calls the weather service one more time, and the man tells him this is going to be the coldest winter in history. The new chief says, well, how do you guys know that? The weatherman says, I really have no idea. But the Indians down at the local reserve have been gathering firewood like mad.
That is so awesome. Right now, I could just see the faces of those going like, seriously, Mary, you didn't see that coming? You didn't see that coming. You didn't? I honestly did not. That's a good one. And see, all kind of wrapped up, the whole, yeah. Anyway, back to my dynamite, but it's good.
Well, thanks for a dynamite show.
Yes, and you are a firecracker.
Thank you, Grady.
That's Grady.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Everyone have a blessed week, and we'll see you tonight, men, rain or shine, and we'll see everyone else on Sunday.
Come, be part of it all.
All right.
Hilarious. That was hilarious. All right, hit that recording.
Yeah, I'll stop the recording because then I have another joke
that didn't make it.
That didn't make the cut here. Where's the recording? I was recording.